Hey, besties. Okay, so we are on to Oasis Springs Townies, and we are back where we left off, just like the Willow Creek ones. I enjoyed some aspects of their like previous makeovers, but some things kind of had to change. But not too many things. Like, I really liked the faces that they had already from their previous makeover that I did. And so for them, I really just mainly gave them all their outfits like that was sort of the priority for them. I didn't really have many like things to tweak or anything. And for me, I always put Johnny Zest in with the landgraabs because like that's his family, and EA's been supposed to fix their relationships for a long time and they haven't. It literally takes like 2 seconds, you know, like I just put him in the family, changed it so that he's actually related, so that way he wouldn't have any like romantic, like randomly generated romantic relationships with his family, because technically they're not family in the official game, but they are. Like their lore says that they are, but they aren't like actually tied together, which means that he could like randomly be assigned as like a spouse to any of his family members, which is really irritating. But yeah, I changed them. I changed their family dynamics, something that sort of fits their lore. So I have Jeffrey and Johnny as like supportive, I'm pretty sure, because I feel like Jeffrey does like genuinely want to like support his son, and like I feel like he sort of like slides him money every now and again. And I have Johnny and Malcolm as like not good. I don't remember exactly what it is, but like I set it up last time. You can like go to the first makeover video if you're like curious. But yeah, I have them as like on like not good terms, and him and Nancy are also not on good terms. And I don't know, I had a fun time with them. I always have a good time with them because they're like such an iconic family that owns like everything in The Sims. So I always want to make sure like I do them right, you know. And Nancy, I'm like, I like Nancy. Like, she's not a good person, but I like her. And I feel like she has a good face. I'm pretty sure I changed her face in the first makeover video, but I definitely like it because she looks like she's had plastic surgery, you know, because like they're technically supposed to be like the same age, her and Jeffrey, but like obviously Jeffrey looks older. And I don't, she looks really good. Like I really like this version of her. And so because I'm doing that whole like it's been a year, so like people have aged a little bit, like I wanted like her style to mature. I feel like maybe last year she like just got all the plastic surgery, so she really wanted to like show it off and be like really showy, and now she's just like sort of getting comfortable with the fact that like she looks good, so she doesn't have to like show it off so much. But like obviously she's still gonna flaunt it, but like, you know, it's not as like new and fresh, but like I think it looks really nice. It's sort of like a blending between like a really young style with like obviously like a more like mature lady style, but without her feeling old, because I feel like that's definitely something that she would not want to do. And then we move on to Malcolm, who I don't particularly care for. I mean, he is an iconic character, but I don't know, I feel like he's also not a good person. And his traits definitely reflect that. I think more so than Nancy, for real. Like, I don't know. He just gives like all the worst vibes that like a rich white man could possibly give. So I try to keep him dressed like that. But he's kind of easy. It's mainly just like shirt, pants, shoes, done. Like, and I didn't want to make him a young adult yet. Because again, it's only been like a year. And he was a teen. So I don't know, he could just be like an older teen. So I kind of went for like older teen vibes. Into young adult, but not quite. And then we move on to the Calientes, who I really have come to appreciate. It was kind of nice. Like, I think they needed the update, definitely, for sure, some of them. Katrina looks better. She looks like she fits in more with like their storyline, and not so much like a random lady with red hair, you know. And again, because it's been a year, I wanted to make her look a little older, and so I gave her like a shorter haircut that sort of fit her age. And I really like that like platinum blonde color, because I was gonna keep it red, but like it kind of looks really nice like that. So I left it, and it was kind of like a play on like gray hair, but like not quite gray, because I also feel like she would be really concerned about like aging, not so much to the same extent as Nancy, but like, yeah. I don't think that she's like cool with aging so like outwardly. And move on to Dina, who I always said was like the prettier sister, like pre-makeover, but I feel like they're now on a more like even playing field. Like they both look really good with like the EA makeover that they did. I believe that was like last year. I definitely like them a lot more, like for sure, because Dina was always the better looking one, and then Nina was given like the worst possible look possible. Like, it was awful. And now they definitely look much better, I think. And I think I tweaked some things, but like nothing major. So like they should look like this, or like not quite like this, but like for the most part they look like this whenever you start a new save. And it was a much needed makeover. I don't necessarily know if Don needed a makeover, but like he doesn't look bad either. And I don't know how dramatic I was being in the first the first Oasis Springs makeover when they had first like changed the way that they looked. I don't remember liking them too much, but like it's a year later, it's really grown on me, you know. I really like the way that they look now. It's really nice. I feel like they look more, not necessarily like their Sims 2 faces, but they look more like what they're supposed to be in The Sims 2, which is like a blending of like a few ethnicities, but like they actually look like that now, and not just like random white women that live in Oasis Springs, you know. Like they have more like character to their face now, and I really appreciate that. I kept Dina very like orange and I think green and definitely yellow. And I don't know why, but I just think those colors look really, really good on her. And I always set Dina to be married to Don. Again, not that it makes sense in terms of like a Sims 2 like worldview, but like since this is an alternate like reality with these Sims, I don't really pay too much attention to like Sims 2 lore, since like clearly that doesn't affect anything in The Sims 2. I mean The Sims 4. So like I kind of just sort of do what I want basically. And instead of having the like weird triple quadruple, like I guess, because like their storyline is that like Don's messing with like everybody in the households, which is very strange, very weird. I don't know why we went with that, but that's the direction that we went with, I guess. And instead of having that, I just have him get married to Dina, because I feel like, I don't know, it just works better. And in my experience, they just have like really decent looking kids always. So let's just pretend that we don't see the household lore, and like Dina and Don are just canon. That's it. And like Nina's living her life and Katrina's living her life. They're just doing fun things in the Oasis Springs that don't have to do with each other. That's it. And then we move on to Nina, who I think looks so much better. Like I know I've said it already, but like so much better. Like this. She always was like not good looking before. I would always try to make her face look better while still keeping like the features of her face, because they weren't ugly, but like there was something wrong clearly. And they didn't look related either. Like she just had like a random face, and Dina had like a random face, and we were supposed to just believe that they were sisters, but like here they actually look alike. Like you can tell that they're sisters, and I appreciate that so much. And she just looks so much better. Just period. Like she just looks so much better, and I love this face for her. And I've had like a year to like get used to it and like appreciate it. And I kept her in hot pink or like pinks of various kinds because that's always been like her thing in like The Sims 4 at least. Let me start there. Like pre-makeover her had like that like pink crop top, I'm pretty sure, on. So I keep the pink throughout. And low-key, I think Nina might be like my new favorite, which is like surprising to say because I never particularly cared for her before, but I really like her like this. Like, it's really, really nice. And also she's wearing pink and I love pink, so I might be a little biased, but I think it looks really nice. And we move on to Dawn, who I really didn't do too much with, for real. Because like his face was okay, you know? I've had a year to get used to it. I don't really mind it anymore. And yeah, I just want him to be like slightly older, like a little bit more mature. I literally had to fight myself to not give them a kid. But like I said, I wasn't adding any like new people. I'm keeping that like that line of thinking for like the rest of like the worlds, but like it's so tough like not progressing the story in that way. But like if you download them, you do what you want with them, you know, like let them live their life. But like since I put that like stipulation on the first one, I figure I might just keep it for like every other one. Now we move on to the roomies. And I'm pretty sure they were based off of the show New Girl, which I've never seen. So I kind of didn't have like a reference for these characters. So I kind of just went with like whatever I wanted. Or like whatever seemed to fit the character that I had for them and the personalities that I created for them in my mind. And it took like a minute for me to figure out which hair I wanted to go for Zoe, because I think like hair is like one of the most important things about a sim, and it really can make or break a sim. So I wanted her to have like good hair, but I have so many choices that it takes me quite a long time to decide on one. And I try to always keep Zoe very like chill, with like bright colors, and so I kept her very chill. Like this little like romper thing, I thought it was really cute. And since it's really warm in Oasis Springs, I feel like it will work. And I still hadn't decided on a hair. It always takes me so long because there's so many good options. And like whenever I choose one, I'll be like, but what about this other one from like a different creator? And I have to go back and like change it a bunch of times until like I'm sure that I found the right one. And like it has enough variation that I can use it throughout like all the different outfits. And then we move on to Mitchell Kalani. I really like Mitchell. Like he seems really chill. I always give him like more like relaxed fits. He reminds me of Bob. Like I feel like him and Bob would be like really good friends because I feel like they have a really like similar vibe. And I wanted to give him like longer hair since he already had long hair. I feel like maybe he like let his hair like grow out more. And I always keep it very casual for him. Always, but like this shirt was clipping and I hate that, so I had to switch it. But I wanted like a chill shirt, like a chill graphic tee, you know. And I had like a fancier like long hairdo for him for like party wear and formal wear if you wanted to like jazz it up a little bit. And then there was like this pulled back hair from Simandy for like athletic sleep, maybe swimwear too. And he was really easy. I feel like the guys are really easy to dress. Like it doesn't typically take a long time because like once you figure out like what kind of aesthetic you're going for, it's like so easy. Like shirt, pants, shoes, done. Like I feel like it takes me a lot longer with female Sims. I guess because like I know what like I would think about in terms of like styling myself. So I don't know, I feel like I pay extra attention to like my female Sims. But I've been really trying not to like neglect the male Sims either. Let me move on to Jay Huntington III, who I feel like is like Malcolm if he was a good person. He doesn't give like bad person vibes, but he's obviously rich. So it's like Malcolm, but a decent human being. And we move on to Gavin Richards, who is always so surprising to me. Like, I kind of forget about him, and then I go back, and I'm like, he has a really good face. Like, he's just sort of the forgotten sim to me, because I never remember that he exists until like one of my townies randomly gets pregnant and it's by him, and I'm like, well, we still have cute kids, that's something. But like, I really liked his makeover style, so I kept his like entire look from the everyday wear. And yeah, I just think he's like a scholarly little guy, and so I just kept everything the way it was, and I think it looks really good. And the screenshots, I took them in the Oasis Springs Park, and I don't know, they just look so good. Like, I really like Oasis Springs townies. They just have so much like personality, I feel. And the landgraabs actually look good. They actually look really, really good as a family. And this time I did like one photo with everyday wear, one photo with formal wear, just so you could like see. I imagine it's like somebody's wedding or something, I don't know. I think I'm thinking about it too much. But let me know what you guys think of the makeovers for the Oasis Springs townies, and if I haven't put any of the sims up yet, I will definitely be attempting to do that over this weekend. I've just been a little busy, but yeah.